Hi, I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. Now, you might not even realize that Nokia is still in business, but they are. Actually, Nokia is still a relatively large company over where they're from, which is Finland. Nokia doesn't do near what they used to here. I remember at the beginning of the aughts, almost everybody owned a Nokia phone. I mean, Nokia and Motorola were the phones. That's not really the way things are anymore. Things change quick, especially when it seems like companies are on the front end of technology, and then all of a sudden they just fall off. Let that be a lesson to anybody thinking of consuming any Samsung, Apple, Tesla, and consuming it for the long haul. Think of BlackBerry. Think of all these other companies, HP, that have done the exact same thing. Nokia again today reported some other bad news. Bad news on top of not even knowing your company existed anymore. How much worse could it get? Well, it gets a little bit worse, but it's not the worst news we ever heard. So Nokia is leaving the virtual reality scene. They've been developing this Ozo hardware, and apparently virtual reality just isn't growing at the clip they need it to for it to be viable for them. They do not have the kind of capital that these other companies that do VR have, even Sony. But Sony's is doing really well. But they don't have it like Amazon, like Microsoft, like anybody else that's in the VR space. They just do not have the capital to continue the research and development to stay on the front lines of this when there just isn't stuff selling, right? And that's their big problem. And they've been having nothing but problems with things not selling for, 15 years now. So it's perfect for Nokia. They should be used to this spot. But they're cutting 310 jobs. Now, that's not a whole lot, but we hate to hear people losing their job, right? So Canada, United States, and the United Kingdom, they haven't said who, from where, or what department, or if whole departments are shutting down, but about roughly 310 jobs, mainly from those three countries. I believe Finland as well, actually. I apologize. I believe Finland as well is one of those I would imagine there's probably some serious jobs probably being lost in Finland, which is probably where their headquarters are for sure over at Nokia. But the big problem with Nokia, on top of them not having anything to sell or doing anything in the mainstream like they used to do, is that they don't drive any money. But what they did do with this Ozo was that they developed some really good technology for virtual reality. So they're going to take that technology and at least try to monetize it as best they can. So they're going to reduce their investments in it, but they're going to focus on actual technology licensing. So there's other companies out there, like we were saying, that have a lot of money, that are fighting other companies tooth and nail to try to get into first place with this, because when virtual reality finally takes off, and it will, you take a look at where video games are, virtual reality is going to be it may not be a natural curve into virtual reality, but I think they're probably going to crescendo at the same time, and people are going to be on one side or the other, or maybe they'll be on both, but virtual reality seems like almost an endless possibility of things you could be doing. Why wouldn't you be participating? Unfortunately, the technology isn't there today. So Nokia's going to license out that tech, probably at a pretty high premium, to some of these companies that have way too much cash and are trying to stay on the front lines of something that isn't really making any money for them right now, but they've got the prospect of making money in it 10 years from now. So while this isn't a great story for Nokia overall, they might be able to recoup some of their losses. That's probably better than they've been doing the last 15 years. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, leave a thumbs up for this video, and let us know what you think about Nokia. Remember those phones Nokia had? Everybody had those phones. Those phones were awesome. You're awesome. Have a good day.